Thank you. Thank you. Thank every single one of you, mighty warriors. Thank you to all the members of the Hot Dude Army. I love you all. All right, guys. So yeah, today's let's get started, right? The number one aphrodisiac in the entire world. So what is it? Okay, so what is an aphrodisiac? An aphrodisiac is something that turns on the opposite sex, right? An aphrodisiac is something that the opposite sex finds attractive in you, okay? And given today's day and age, the one that I'm going to talk about today is really, it can be technically hard to find, but it's actually very doable. And this is what I've learned in all my years of, womanizing, dating tons of women. Guys, as simple and as crazy as it may sound, the number one aphrodisiac in the entire world is being happy. Okay, I'm just going to let that sink in for you. It's being happy. Okay, how many of you guys, and be honest with me here, how many of you guys are seriously happy in your lives? The average girl is usually dealing with some form of insecurity. They are also dealing with some form of unhappiness. The average person is unhappy these days, okay? Happiness levels in the first world countries are dropping. Why is that? We've got all this information. We've got all this technology. Why are people not happy? I'll tell you why. We're constantly living in this world of one-upmanship, if you will, okay? Everybody's looking at Instagram. Everybody's comparing their lives to everybody else, and nobody seems to look at life and look at their situation in life and decide to be happy. Nobody is doing that. You just need to restructure your mind to be a happy person. Guys, happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice. You can train your mind to be happy. You already really have everything that you need. If you're watching me, okay, you really already have what you need in this life. You are sustained. The average person in the life we live in this world, I think the majority of the world survives on less than $70 a week, okay? What does that benefit you to just sit around and hate yourself or be unhappy? You see, when we talk about, the age-old question, right? Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? And the reality of the situation is the glass is half empty. And for you pessimists out there, so like, yeah, I knew it. I know you guys are like, ha ha, I gotcha. No, the glass is half empty and the glass is also half full. It is your perception of the glass that determines your conscious state and therefore determines if you're happy or not. Guys, it's easy. It's easy to be unhappy. It's extremely easy to be unhappy. All you got to do, you could just sit around and cry about how the world is unjust and woe is me. And honestly, I got to give it to you straight as your digital big brother, that is a selfish, entitled, lazy way of looking at the life we have here on Earth. If you are super smart, you're such a genius, then you can learn to be happy. You can learn to be happy. I hang out with a lot of what some people would assume to be rich, okay? A couple millionaires. I'll tell you what, every single millionaire, every single high performing person that I know, they're happy. And it's not because they have money. I'll tell you, money does not bring happiness. It doesn't. Okay? It does not bring happiness. Okay? They did a study that after 70,000 US dollars a year, your variation of happiness really doesn't change too much. But if you want to perform high at a high level, you want to have outrageous success in anything that you do, if you are not happy, if you are not avoiding negative people, if you're not taking control of your mind, it is detrimental to anything positive that you want to achieve in this life. The things you buy, no, it cannot bring happiness. I'll tell you that. And the quickest way for you to learn that is whatever that unobtainable object that you think is in your life that you think once you buy it you'll be happy. Do your best to go and buy it, and go buy it, and watch what happens. So with the dating landscape the way it is, the average girl is in the Western world is miserable. Okay, the average person is miserable, really. But if you can be happy and you have an uplifting energy and an uplifting aura about you, man, that is magnetic, guys. It is magnetic. When you're happy, okay, it's such a rare thing to be truly happy. What does happiness come from? Happiness comes from a peaceful mind. Okay? A lot of you guys have a lot of fucking demons up in your head. You have to realize that society conditions us to be negative. All right? The news is negative. The newspaper is negative. Magazines negative. Social media, excessive consumption of social media is negative. I tell a lot of guys, don't read too much of the red pill on Reddit, the TRP subreddit, because it is a cesspool of negativity. And you have to realize you're looking in one small corner of the internet and projecting it onto all of reality. And the truth is this: reality is neutral. Okay? It's your perception that interprets reality, whether it be positive or negative. And guys, nobody wants to spend time with a negative person. Yeah, Matthew Sylvie hit it right on the head. Girls just want to have fun. Girls just want to show up and have a good old time. And that's a huge part of it right there. The average American chick is very self-centered. Yeah, you just got to you counteract that by being more self-centered, more happy, and more fulfilled than her. I used to have a friend, okay? His nickname, I'm not even joking you, was Beaver, okay? I love Beaver. Beaver to this day is a super amazing friend of mine. Great guy. This guy used to get so much fucking pussy in university. It blew my mind. This guy was always happy. He was always looking on the bright side of life. Always. And these girls would become obsessed with him. They want to possess that aura. I'm telling you, when you're a high value man and you're happy and you have your shit together, because he went to the gym, right? He always went to the gym. He had his finances in order. He had a job. He was in university pursuing a degree in civil engineering. Smart kid, good guy. And I'll never forget, there was this girl, her name was Igenia, right? And he was sleeping with her. And I never forget, she was so obsessed with Beaver. He actually had a house party and he had another girl over. And she came into the house and she went insane. And it's so funny because when you're with a girl and another girl is super attracted to you and makes a huge scene about it, that just makes the other girl like you more. So she came in to the room and I'll never forget it. She's like, oh, so he was sitting on the bed and there was this other girl. He had a house party going on. And she barged in, this hot platinum blonde girl who you would think had tons of different guys, but just the I'm telling you guys, being happy, being a positive, magnetic aura about you is truly just, it is something else. It is such a powerful thing. You stand out too. When the average guy's mopey and down and he's like, oh, this life, man. Trump, man. Trump is president, man. Everything sucks, man. Who the wants to be around that kind of person? Nobody. She barged in the front door, stormed in. This woman was a man. She was a woman on a mission, man. He was courting this new girl sitting on his bed. There's probably like 50, 60 people in the house. And she's like, so this is what you're going to do? This is what you're going to do? And then she's like freaking out on the girl. And then she was like, why don't you open his she's like, why don't you open his nightstand? Look in this drawer. And she reaches into the drawer and pulls out this fucking sex toy that he uses. And he's like, he's just going to use this on you. Oh my God, dude. Psychopath, bro. But she was obsessed with Beaver. She was obsessed with him. And he sat in the bed and he was just like, he was just kind of like, what the hell's going on? But this girl was obsessed with him. Absolutely obsessed with him. I'm telling you, there's so many girls that get turned on and attracted to a man who is happy and has his shit together. Because I've coached plenty of guys, man. I've coached some guys that are very good looking, have their fashion together, okay? They have their life together. They got a good job. They've got good money. But their mind is broken. And like even after our consultations on the phone, I feel drained. Like I feel like, oh Christ, I need to like go lay down and like go to a sauna and recharge, because it's so unappealing. And I'll never forget, there's this one guy, I never forget this. And now I'm not saying this is an excuse to be like this man, but I'm using it for an example. I used to work in this call center, but there's this big fat mother in there called Dave, right? Dave was probably close to 300 pounds. He was balding. He was close to 300 pounds, and he wore like old ripped up clothing. Not really ripped up, but like kind of like, like faded Mountain Dew t-shirts and stuff like that. But Dave was always so happy. And I'll never forget it. There was this hot, big-breasted white girl named Jenna. And she sat next to him. And Dave would always just be running his mouth about something just hilarious, always in a good mood, always happy. And I'll never forget it. That's when the rumors started swimming around the office, and people were like, oh my God, Jenna and Dave are fucking. And Jenna was hot, man. Jenna was super hot, and like huge D-cup tits, big blue, beautiful blue eyes. And Dave was older. Dave was like probably 29-ish, and she was like 21. And but Dave was just super happy, and Jenna was like magnetically attracted to this man. I remember I didn't have my mental thing, sorted out yet. I still had some negativity going around because I was closer to my youth, where I was like, growing up in the fucked up youth. So I was 19. So I was, like I said, I was still getting game. I still was getting girls, and I had game and everything. But I was a budding little tree in this big seduction picture. But I'll never forget it. And I just thought to myself, I was like, this big fat motherfucker is pulling the hottest girls in the office. And at the time, I was like, I thought I was the shit. I drove a nice Volvo. I drove a nice S40 Volvo with leather seats. I wore nice clothes all the time. I had a good paying job. I was a top performing salesperson. I thought everything. I was just like, why is this happening? Because my mind was not right. I was repelling them. Being happy and a magnetic, boys, I'm telling you, man, it is a fucking game changer. Not only will you be attracting tons of women, that's when you start attracting people of power. Because people of power, they shun negativity. Guys, if you're happy, if you are a happy person, you got a positive aura, you've got this great, just charged up attack mentality on life, guys, the world is yours.